So again, we now will focus on Git, and for that I will close the editor and open the commit window and move it to the other screen so that you can still see it. And yeah, we're moving this one. So let's see. So the change in the skeleton of the mannequin, to be honest, I don't like. I will reset it. So we did not do that anything. And we have the CVP file which we added to the project and the source files. And this I think we should add to a single commit and say introduce C++ support via a second U project file which makes using poor blueprint workflows still possible. As I said in the video before, I really like this way to go. So, and also here we see some issues, and let me open the file, edit file, wrong editor. Let's do right click, show in folder, and get the folder here, do right click, edit again, and here seems to be, yes, here is two spaces. I want to use tabs here to don't break the files, and we add this stages as well and commit. So those files are now added to Git as well, and they are tracked. So what we still have is the plugin and the zip file. To be honest, the zip file you can delete, we don't need it anymore. This is gone now, yeah. So, and what I don't like is because it breaks the ability to commit stuff individually for the plugin, and this I still like more than adding it to this project. So the following we will do is we will say the entire plugins folder should not be added to this Git repo, and what you will see is all those files will get are not visible anymore in this window, and we will update this here as well. Update git ignore file so that no plugins are added to the repository. And yet this file here basically is, you can filter folders, extensions and so on within Git, and we commit this one as well. So what I will do now is create a new repository for this plugin, because we will here do a lot of stuff. And as you see, if we do a right click, we can only work on the repo, on the repository which we created the project. And what I will do now is copy paste, or not copy, move this folder basically to a folder that is outside of the project, and here we can now create a new repository. Come on, where's the sorry, it's on a different screen. So we say here personal repository and create, of course, and we will also add git ignore files and so on to this project. And let me check quickly. You will find those files in the description below as well. So let me grab them from a different project quickly. Sorry, I did not prepare this one, but it should work very easily. So we just use those two files here. Yes. And close this again. That's also the git ignore file and the git attributes file, which is basically for git settings like git LFS and so on, and which folders we want to ignore. So, and I do it all the time to commit those files as first and say initial repository setup. So commit. They are quite similar to the file which are used for the ALS project as well. So, and then we can start adding stuff. Introduce plugin Unreal Engine plugin frame from the editor, and commit this as well. So yeah, what we can do, what you will see now is we now have a git folder and we have a different repository within a repository, and we go back to the plugins folder and move it here. So now we have the possibility to open this folder and do different commits here. That's quite convenient. For me, it's quite convenient, and I don't like to work with submodules. And here you will see the history. So it seems to work fine. And now we can create different commits for 2 different repositories and still work on stuff. As I said, we use this approach a lot in our projects because it gives us the abilities to still work on the plugin and don't have to update the main repository, as not everyone is working with C++. It might not be your preferred workflow. You could also add it to this repo if you want, and then still get the ability to do diffs within the editor. With this approach, it's not possible because you have basically 2 repositories, and this still does not work very well in Unreal Engine. But yeah, most of the time I only do diffs of the C++ files, and that's still working as expected. Only blueprints don't work that well. And yeah, so I think from the Git side we are also safe now and can start iterating on stuff, and yeah, hopefully have soon UE5 Manny working with ALS version 4. See you in the next session.